Slide 1. Course title. Welcome to Desire to Be University. This course is called The Psychology of Learning the Hard Way. Today's lesson explores why people struggle with work they know they should do. We'll look at what happens inside the human mind during learning, and why the challenge is often not just the work itself, but the way people react while trying to do it. Slide 2. Course Introduction. In this course, Introduction, we focus on the human side of learning an assignment. Sometimes the hardest part is not the task. It is the emotional and psychological experience of trying to complete it. Students often experience confusion, frustration, impatience, resistance to work, persistence, and learning through mistakes. This lesson helps students recognize those reactions and understand that they are part of the learning process. Slide 3. Course Overview. This course uses a real assignment as a case study. It explores how people react when they are faced with difficult work. Students will learn about human learning behavior, avoidance patterns, frustration tolerance, and persistence and growth. The goal is to better understand the psychology behind learning. Slide 4. Meet Alex now. Meet Alex. Alex is the student guide for this course. His experience completing an assignment helps us look more closely at what students go through when learning becomes difficult. Through his story, we will explore patience, frustration, and the challenge of pushing through hard work. Presented by Alexander Williams, Student Director and President of Student Activities at Desire to Be University. Slide 5. Course Outline. Here is the course outline. This lesson includes 5 parts. First, understanding the psychology of learning. Second, human reactions to difficult work. Third, vocabulary and key concepts. Fourth, the assignment experience. And fifth, reflection and lessons learned. This outline gives students a clear path for what they will explore in the course. Slide 6. Key vocabulary. Before moving forward, let's define a few key terms. Financial record keeping means tracking and organizing financial information. A transaction is a record of money moving in or out. Cognitive load is the mental effort required to process information. Frustration tolerance is the ability to keep going when something becomes difficult. And avoidance behavior happens when people stay away from tasks that feel uncomfortable. These terms help explain what students experience during learning. Slide 7. The psychology of learning the hard way. When learning becomes difficult, the brain may respond in several ways. Students may feel frustration, impatience, distraction, or avoidance. These reactions are common, but pushing through these moments builds stronger learning and deeper understanding. This is one of the central lessons of the course. Slide 8. The assignment. Now we come to the assignment itself. The assignment involved learning financial record keeping using Quicken software. But the lesson was about more than learning the software. It was also about understanding the psychological experience of doing the work. In other words, the assignment became a way to study how people respond when learning feels difficult. Slide 9. Assignment reflection. During the assignment, Alex experienced frustration, confusion, and impatience. Those reactions are important because they are real and relatable. But by continuing through the process, he learned more than just the task. He learned that persistence helps overcome difficulty. That reflection is one of the most valuable outcomes of the course. Slide 10. Course Summary. To summarize the lesson, learning is not only about gaining knowledge, it is also about understanding how the human mind reacts to challenge. When students recognize these reactions, they become more aware of how they learn. and that awareness helps them become better learners. Slide 11, episode start. And now it is time to begin. Now let's get into the video. Episode 1.
Hey everyone, Alex from the VIP here, and in today's video I'll be telling you what I did for my assignment of going into Quickens and reviewing and adding memos to transactions in the A category. So first, what I did, I want to tell y'all how it felt about my assignment. I felt pretty good. I was in a rush because I did want to work on my book. As y'all know, I just almost done with part 1. So I'm going to upload that as another YouTube video telling you all about it, how I got started on it, how Chad helped me a little bit. Don't tell no one. It's just that basic process. I'll make another video on that. Sorry, y'all. Got a little cold. Don't know what's happening out here in Florida, and this air conditioner, man, is butchering me. Back to get on topic. Felt pretty good about the assignment. Was in a rush because, as I said, I wanted to work on my book. As we started doing the assignments, most of the transactions were kind of repetitive, so I ended up using the same memo for most of the transactions. And as I got continuously into the mode of copy and pasting, because that's what I was doing for the transactions that had the same name, so we would use the same memo for them. And then I ended up getting into the repetitive motion of just copy and pasting the same thing without looking. And I ended up making some mistakes, putting the wrong memo on the wrong transactions. I messed up on the Amtrak and the Bath and Body Works because I got confused. And also, as I said, I was in the repetitive motion of copy and pasting, so I put those in. Put the Amtrak in charge for flight. I'd fix that to charge for plane ticket. I said charge for plane ticket. Lord have mercy. Charge for train trip. Charge for train trip. And I put Bath and Body Works under supplies for bathroom, which wasn't wrong, but my mom wanted me to put it under grooming since most of the things we brought were for our grooming class. And my grooming, as you can see, I'm looking beautiful today. Hope y'all doing well as well. Next, as I talked about the problems, how I felt about it. Told them my assignment. What else am I missing? I think that's pretty much it for what I wanted to cover in today's video. I thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to I Am VIP. Thank you, the VIP, and I ain't got no time for that. Bye.
"12. Continue the journey. Thank you for joining us. To continue the journey, subscribe to Making of a VIP and subscribe to I Ain't Got Time for That. Stay connected with Desire to Be by Angela's Memoirs. And catch episode 2.